Hello, Aries. Let's all just take a deep breath together. During Pisces season, emotions have been crazy, bonkers. I can't even put it into words. So, let's just get it going. You guys have felt probably not yourselves the past couple weeks, give or take, and that could be for numerous reasons, but you guys are so used to being strong and being, that workhorse and that divine, masculine, successful, energy. Even if you're a woman, there's masculine energy there. Doesn't matter. You guys have that. You're used to that, and something brought you down, maybe a little bit, knocked you off your balance, and I know you hate that. You hate having to get off course. Let's see what's in store for you, because I know good things are coming up, but let's see what's happening. There we go. Okay, so we have your reading. Almost fell, but it didn't. We got all the cards here. Okay, so by the way, I'm just sitting comfy tonight, because I want to, I don't know. I just didn't want to sit at my desk. But, okay, we have a lot of cards. So, first we have the Chariot. We have the King of Cups. We have the Hanged Man. We have the Page of Swords. I'm going to bring them all out, and then we'll talk about them. We have the High Priestess. Lots of cards. We have the Four of Cups. We have the Eight of Swords. Okay, so I'm going to lay these out the way that they kind of fell. So these were kind of grouped together, and then these two were grouped together. So a lot of major arcana cards, so that's showing your assertiveness and your desire to keep pushing through, and your discipline. You guys are very disciplined, and you want to just drive that chariot and keep going and don't stop until, I don't know, when is it enough? Like, when are you fully happy and accomplished and feeling like you're done? You're never done. But you guys are sitting here in your feelings a little bit, and patiently having to accept that. You guys have been debating what to do while you are stuck in this kind of, I don't want to call it a rut, but it's something that is just, it feels a little bit off. You guys have in the past gone through really tough and emotional turmoils that made you a better person and made you stronger today, but it doesn't mean you want to go through that again. And there's something that it's like a pro and con situation. There's a time where sometimes you guys just need to chill and relax and self-reflect and absorb everything that's been a whirlwind for the past year-ish. A lot of brand new, fresh things have been happening. There's a lot of beautiful opportunities that you have gotten, but there's also more. There's more peaks and valleys than there has been in the past. Okay, so let's move through that. The Four of Cups, emotional stubbornness, and the Eight of Swords, we have something we're not seeing. What is the lesson we need to learn from this? Because during Pisces season, we become more highly intuitive and more emotional and a little bit less analytical. So in your mind, you could be battling with certain things and emotionally as well. And they don't all have to be like negative, horrible things. They could just be mediocre or kind of crappy things. But you're so like beyond this stage of like, woe is me, and I'm going to take this hard time and use it to you're not going to do anything with this hard time besides use it to your advantage and grow from it and get out of it and become even more successful and even more balanced. And you guys embody this deep fortitude of you have a code of conduct that you stick to, and your emotional fortitude is a little bit different than your analytical fortitude. So sometimes we have to feel these emotions like what other people deal with in order to understand them better and help them better through their not so good times. But patience is the thing here, and you're waiting. You're patiently waiting. After you get knocked down, you get back up so strong, it's kind of intense. You don't take kindly to not being first or the best or the most successful and the best that you can do, and being the best, doing the best of your ability. And there's nothing wrong with that. You guys have such power, fiery power that does that for you. And sometimes you're just along for the ride, and sometimes you get off track, but it takes you to this higher place, this higher realm where you're able to reflect, because you guys don't reflect that much. You don't get to, because you're so busy doing everything, taking care of things, having all these tasks and responsibilities. And I mean, you put them on yourself a lot of the time, but also other people throw them onto you, so it can kind of get a little bit too much sometimes. So I know that's why these two cards are coming out. The Four of Cups and the Eight of Swords together shows me that internally how you're feeling, and externally you could be portraying this like, I have my emotions together, I'm patient, I'll get through it, I'm good, I'm still on track, no worries. But inside you might be like, oh my God, what is happening? Like, I need to do this, I need to do that, I need to talk to this person, and but there's people waiting on you and waiting for you, and people that depend on you. So this is understandable why your emotional and analytical parts of you could be going a little bit cattywampus during Pisces season. So don't feel bad that that is most likely what's happening. And starting off this year, there has been so many beautiful new beginnings that you didn't even think could happen or would happen. You just kind of went with the flow, and it worked out to the best of its ability with a lot of things. But someone also is waiting on an answer of some sort. They're waiting on you to approve something or give your opinion. And I know I talk about this sometimes, but sometimes when you're in your worst, like, emotional or mental, like, states, like, that's when people reach out to you for some reason, because they need help or they need advice, and you're sitting there like, well, I can't give advice right now because I'm feeling like this. But then you end up doing it, and you end up giving better advice because you're so in tune with your inner wisdom and your ups and your downs, and your heart is always in the right place. And you can connect to people on a deeper level sometimes when you get knocked down. Not to say that, it's not a crappy thing to happen, but there's certain things that aren't always going to be structured and practical and perfect, and life is wavy, man. Life goes in waves. It's not a ladder. We're not climbing up, because you can always go back down. It's more like a jungle gym. You swing from one thing to the other, and sometimes it's up, sometimes it's down, sometimes it's right, sometimes it's left. And it's a important thing to remember that you don't always have to keep going up and up and up and up, because sometimes the higher you go, the more stress you have, the worse that you feel spiritually and emotionally. So don't be too hard on yourself when there's these waves or these changes. Just stay on that jungle gym. Keep being on that jungle gym. Keep swinging from handlebar to handlebar and flowing with life. You guys are good at flowing with life, but I'm just saying, in these times, it's good to remember that even though you have people depending on you and all these reasons to have the structure that you need to have, it's okay to take a break and reflect and just chill for a bit and give yourself that. Okay? You're allowed to do that. You're allowed to relax a little bit. Just a little. You're allowed sometimes. Okay. Moonchild deck. I love this deck. I know you guys do too. I'm going to move these cards over. But I want to see what the Moonchild deck has in store for you, because the last full moon I did a really nice ritual with my Moonchild deck and really asked for clarification for each sign this month. So what you guys need to hear. Judgment. Yep. No surprise there. There's so there's so much happening in your daily lives that it's hard to break down every single thing. But the big picture of the Judgment card is reminding you that it's okay to have second chances, or to do things over again, or to mess up, because you always get to do it again. That's how life is. If you mess up something, or if you get off your track, or off your plan, it's okay to start over. You deserve that. Second chances. Also, Judgment, being afraid of being seen this way, being seen in your, not so happy or chill phases. Just remember, people won't judge you, even though you think maybe these people might, because there's so many people that rely on you. They're not going to judge you for being human. And we have to release that a little bit. I know, that's a lot. But just, take that in and do what you want with it. I know you guys are good on giving advice, so keep doing what you're doing. Keep giving that advice and keep helping people, even in your darkest times. Just remember, or even not even like the darkest times, but in just like junky days, like people still need you. So just remember, you're human. I love you guys, and thank you so much for subscribing and following me. I really appreciate it. If you want a private reading, my link is down below, and you guys will be okay. I know you. You'll be alright. Bye, Aries.